Imagine a world where one nation's leader acts with impunity, crossing borders and shattering alliances, all in the name of unchecked ambition. For too long, Arab states have watched as their sovereignty is trampled, their calls for justice ignored. But what if this latest act of defiance becomes the turning point, forcing a long-overdue reckoning? On September 9, 2025, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered an airstrike on Doha, the capital of Qatar, in a brazen attempt to target leaders of the Palestinian group Hamas during ongoing negotiations. This assault, which violated Qatari territory and endangered civilians, was meant to eliminate key figures like Khalil al-Hayya, but ultimately failed. Netanyahu, facing domestic pressure and clinging to power, justified it by comparing himself to the U.S. operation against Osama bin Laden, boasting within hours and issuing fresh threats. Qatar must expel Hamas leaders or face more strikes. Qatar's response was swift and unyielding. Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman al-Thani condemned the act as state-sponsored aggression, labeling Netanyahu a rogue figure who belongs before international courts. Doha immediately suspended its mediation role in the hostage and ceasefire talks, declaring no further hope for progress under such betrayal. They called for an emergency Arab summit in Doha, urging a collective stand against this repeated infringement on Arab lands. This isn't just Qatar's fight. It's a wake-up call for the entire Arab world. For years, leaders have relied on empty statements of condemnation, UN appeals that go nowhere, and alliances with powers like the United States that promise protection but deliver little. Billions have been spent hosting American bases, supposedly to counter other threats. Yet Israel has struck multiple Arab nations without consequence. The article from Sunna Files puts it starkly. This is the last opportunity to shift from words to real deterrence. What does a unified Arab response look like? It starts with severing diplomatic ties with Israel, suspending so-called peace agreements like the Abraham Accords, and halting all trade. Imagine imposing bans on Israeli planes and ships in Arab airspace and ports, closing embassies, and expelling representatives. Demand an immediate end to the ongoing crisis in Gaza, with full withdrawal of Israeli forces. These steps aren't about escalation. They're about reclaiming dignity and preventing further violations. Consider the alternatives. If the Doha summit produces only more vague resolutions, Netanyahu's extremists will interpret it as weakness. Strikes could extend to Cairo, Amman, or Riyadh next, inching closer to their vision of expanded control. Pro-Palestinian voices worldwide are echoing this. Activist Aya from Gaza shares, "We've seen enough betrayal. Qatar must lead the charge for true solidarity." And from Jordanian commentator Rami, "This assault exposes the facade. Arabs unite now or watch our nations fall one by one." Viewers, picture this. Without action, the cycle continues, with Netanyahu doubling down on his threats, as he did just 24 hours after the Doha incident. But with Qatar at the helm, the Arab world can pivot to genuine partnerships, perhaps even reassessing ties that have failed them. Remember the leaked report suggesting a look toward China? Though denied, it hinted at the leverage Doha holds. This moment tests the resolve of every Arab leader gathering in Doha. They've tried patience. Now deterrence is the only path. As the Sunna Files warns, squandering this chance means Israel will trample through capitals unchecked. It's time for one unified front, one ummah standing firm against the occupier. Join the conversation. What do you think the summit should demand? Poll in the comments. Sever ties with Israel. Yes or no? Share this video to amplify the call for justice. Subscribe for more on how Arabs can reclaim their future from those who seek to divide and conquer. Together, we can turn betrayal into strength.